Hello guys, and welcome to Taking It to the Dance Floor Season 1 Episode 9, and this one is called Before the Big Show. And this episode we're going to be talking about this week's episode of The Next Step and my opinions on it. And I think I think now we've only got 4 more episodes of The Next Step left of Season 7. So once that's finished, once those final episodes of Season 7 is done, there is going to be a Taking It to the Dance Floor special where I'll be talking about different seasons and opinions about them. So yeah. So let's get on with the topics that we'll talk about, and I'll share my opinions with you all, and please share your opinions because I like to hear other people's opinions about the show who's watched the show. Now, the first topic we're going to be talking about in this episode is Presley being back on B-Troupe after Summer went with A-Troupe to Dancemania. Now, I think what I would have liked to see is Presley go to another studio because she wanted to go to nationals. So I think Presley was going to be one of these people who would go behind the Next Steps back, but obviously I got that wrong. But that was my opinion about it, because I thought she wouldn't come back. I thought she would just go to another studio and try and rival with the Next Step, because she would think that the Next Step didn't appreciate her as a dancer. But yeah, it's good to see her back though. She's one of my favourite characters. So this is my opinion about this. So Piper got all stressed out because she didn't know where Finn was. Finn wasn't answering her phone calls. He was too busy snoring in the dance studio. Sorry, that's just made me laugh. Yeah, so, and Finn put his phone on silent, which Piper found out towards the end of the episode. She was very angry when she found out that he'd done that. And at this point, I don't know what's going to go on with Finn and Piper, whether they'll break up in Season 7. I hope they don't, because I am a big fan on Pin, and I hope they remain a couple at the Next Step. But we'll see, because with couples on the Next Step, you don't actually know whether they're going to stay together or not, because sometimes the writers want to try new things with the show. So yeah, we'll have to see. So in the episode, Richelle is in the same hotel as the as A-Troupe, and she knocks on the door at one point in the episode. She knocks on Summer and Kenzie's door, and she says there's a perfectly good explanation for when for why she auditioned, and Kenzie decides to slam the door in Richelle's face, because to be honest, I am kind of glad that Kenzie did that, because Richelle has always been there for the team, so I don't get why she's being portrayed as a baddie on the show, because Richelle has always looked for the team. But I suppose it's got something to do with the fact that Summer was made the face of Absolute Dance, and Summer was also dance captain, so that's both of Richelle's dreams crushed, so probably that's why they're portraying her like this. It's good that the next step has a new rival, because that sort of thing makes the show interesting. So when I was watching this episode, Jones, the who is in season 7, he is the new rival of the next step because he thinks he's better than them. So he is quite a competitive dancer, and he's been on Dancemania before. So I think because in this episode we also see Richelle talking to Jones. So I don't know whether there'll be a bit where Richelle won't just be a soloist for Dancemania. She'll also be like dancing with Jones or something, because Jones could use her for her talents as a dancer, and he could use that as a way of trying to make A-Troupe lose Dancemania. So it's very good, all this. I like it. I like how they've got all these rivals. So yeah, it's good. So Cleo and Jude are the first lesbian couple on the next step, and it is seen in season 7, and it's seen towards the end of the episode that they share a romantic moment together. Now this is very different because we've never had like lesbian couples on the next step. It's always, we've had like gay characters, but we've never had stuff like that. So that's very interesting. So it was different, and I like the way the next step includes different things, like there's different spins in it each season, so I like that. So this is the final topic we're going to be talking about, and it's how Emily decided to find Finn, because Piper gives her a phone call and Piper's worried about Finn. So Emily sees that Finn has overslept in Studio 1, which I have an opinion about that, because wouldn't that mean that he would have been locked in the studio for the whole night? And didn't Nick or Emily see him when they were locking things up? So yeah, that's all I say about that. And so Emily and Finn manage to Finn manages to speak to his uncle, and his uncle works as a pilot. So he manages to pull some strings and gets Finn a flight so that he can perform at Dancemania. But the episode ends with a cliffhanger where Nick's phone's off because everyone on A-Troupe has had to give their phones to all the people of Dancemania because they're not allowed phones on. So Emily's leaving a voicemail for Nick, and Finn's trying to get a hold of his girlfriend Piper. So yeah, that's how it ended. So yes, that was today's episode. Hope you enjoyed. Please give it a thumbs up, like and comment, and share your opinions.